Hi, Stargazers. So on 11/22/2021, we are entering into what's known as Sagittarius season. My name is Arik, and I'm going to talk about what's going on this year for Sagittarius season for each and every one of us, for all 12 signs. I am pulling different cards for each sign as well. We've already prepared that all. And so there's a different forecast for each and every one of us, which I'm going to get into. You can find the timestamps in the description to just jump to your sign, or you can listen to a sign of, or in a relationship you're in, or a family member or a colleague or somebody that you're working with, and you can kind of hear what they're going through, what's the archetypes that they're facing, and everything like that. So it's really a lot of cool, exciting things going on. And I love that Sagittarius is starting this year with the numbers 11/22/2021. This is a very powerful, these are master numbers that we have here. So this is a lot of positive energy. It's like we're kind of crawling out of this this transformative, sometimes dark energy of Scorpio, which is a water sign, and moving into this light-bringing energy of Sagittarius. So I'm going to talk all about that. So while the transits in the horoscope do indicate general astrological weather, it's in no way indicating how it's particularly applying to your chart, because each and every one of us has a very special, unique chart, and we have to have our chart read to know exactly how it's going, even though this is going to be a general forecast for all the collective, and then going into each sign as well. So looking at the chart here, we have the sun is moving into Sagittarius on November 22nd, and then Mercury is going to be moving into Sagittarius. There's all kinds of stuff going on this month. We have the planet Neptune, which is the planet of spirituality and imagination. It's also the planet of surrender and kind of being a victim. It's going direct on December 1st. So this is all this energy that's building up throughout the holiday season before we hit Capricorn and then move into the new year, which is 2022. I will be doing a separate forecast on the year 2022 for all the signs as well. And we're still in eclipse season. We have the next, the new moon total solar eclipse on December 4th. That's going to be pretty big for Sagittarius. And then Mars is going to enter into Sagittarius, so we have a lot of energy there on December 13th. And then we have the full moon on December 18th, and then the next day, Venus, the planet of love and money, is going to go retrograde, giving us a new perspective on things. And then the day after, right before Capricorn season, we're going to have Chiron is turning direct, which is going to put forward motion on all things healing as well. So, generally speaking, what is going on? Well, for this Sagittarius season, I'm going to talk about the different zodiac hacks that are available. The cosmic signature for this season is illuminating the path beyond paralysis, or beyond anywhere where you have felt paralyzed in your life, especially through Scorpio, where it's like, oh my gosh, I've just seen so much stuff that I haven't seen before, especially with all this eclipse energy. There's all these things that are coming to my awareness. It gets to be sometimes very difficult for us to reflect all the time and see all these things. It can be like a little bit paralyzing at times. So Sagittarius is coming in and swooping in and saying, no, you know what? You have been paralyzed with something in your life. Scorpio showed you where it was, and now you're self-reflecting and you can see, oh my God, I've been paralyzed. It's not that now I'm paralyzed. It's now that I have, God forbid, spiritually, metaphorically speaking, been paralyzed, and now I can move forward. So the hack of the season is moving forward with courage and trust in yourself. And I definitely want to recommend, you can download, I developed an astrological yoga routine which works with all the chakras and the meridians and the astrological signs of the body. There's a thymus thump exercise you can do from there, which you thump on the thymus to activate the immune system to balance the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. This is all connected to balance and temperance energy, which is also connected to Sagittarius as well. I'm definitely going to suggest you do that. I'll put a link for that app in the description somewhere. And the challenge for this season is giving too much power to guilt. So Sagittarius brings a lot of light energy, but also it brings a lot of guilt. So if you have rising Sagittarius, or you have moon in Sagittarius, or you have a lot of planets in Sagittarius, or depending on where Sagittarius is ruling in your chart, which area, which you can find out in my Sagittarius workshop I'm going to be hosting. You can tap into it throughout the whole month, and then you can put your information in the calculator, and then you can see where Sagittarius is ruling as per the Zodiac hack system. And you can see this is an area where you have a lot of guilt, because sometimes Sagittarius, it shoots first and asks questions later, or dives first and wonders, how am I going to land later? Or do I have a parachute? Do I not have a parachute? Which is great because it's a fire sign. It takes challenges. It really wants to do things. But then maybe it hurts someone or does something wrong, and then guilt comes later. So on 11/22/2021, as we're entering into the Sagittarius season, we could be experiencing this guilt stuff, or like this aftermath stuff, and we just have to let go of it. We have to get over it. And I will definitely help us release all kinds of guilt throughout the Sagittarius season, especially as you're using that workshop energy, that sunlight meditation, to really download and receive all the energy you need to then reinvest it into your reality. It's going to come back to you throughout the whole 30 days. Sagittarius is ruling over the thighs. It also has a big connection with the circulation and the adrenal glands. So it's like fear, threat, danger. Of course, I'm always bringing it back to the amygdala. So again, it's working with the emotional body. But what we're being asked to do, each and every one of us, what we are being asked to do is to kind of think about the adrenaline addiction that we have, and then step outside of the dark box, the dark cave that we've put ourselves into. And we can do this as we're traveling into new worlds. Okay? Sagittarius is a time to make changes in our life. It's the last cycle before winter, before the winter solstice. It's the last cycle of autumn. So it's the third cycle. So it's fire, energy, and it wants us to make changes. So there's a huge polarization at the beginning of the month that will make this change that we need to make more obvious than usual. So as the sun is what's called ingressing, which means moving into Sagittarius, it's going to move right onto the lunar node, the south node, okay? And this suggests that we are looking at our collective and our individual baggage. Okay, so we're looking at the baggage. Okay, what are we traveling with? How much baggage do you have? If you saw Jungle Cruise with Emily Blunt and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, it's really funny because there's this one scene where they're going on the boat and her brother is bringing 20 Louis Vuitton cargo boxes. It's like, how much baggage do you have? It's not gonna, the boat that you're on, or the magic carpet that you're riding, or the Lamborghini or whatever, the Chevrolet, the Ford, whatever it is you're driving, how much can it take? So thinking about prioritizing, how much baggage is it slowing you down? Or are you not bringing anything? Are you not even prepared? Do you not have your toothbrush? Maybe you have no baggage. It's like we're thinking about these things, because as the sun is moving to the lunar node, the south node, this is this annual meeting. It's like an annual reunion where the past and the potential, the willpower, they come together and they open the books and they say, what are the balances that are due, and what can we do about it, right? So the Zodiac hack here is to not look with guilt, or not to look with immaturity at what the books are saying, as this is not something that can just be, scratched off or rubbed off, but to look at it with self-responsibility and say, okay, I see, all right, oh my gosh, I missed that there, I can do a little bit better here, and then we can push forward and do it. Because you see, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the expander. Jupiter is the one that really wants us to move forward. It really wants to give us blessings. And what's absolutely phenomenal with this is that there's this element of justice connected to Jupiter, but it's the justice that gives you relief. Right? It's the kind of justice where you confess what you've done, but you feel like so much lighter once you've confessed it, versus Saturn, where it's like you confess and it's like, oh my God, what do I have to do? I mean, Jupiter still wants the balance to come out to zero, but it does it in a way it's supportive. So there's a lot of that going on this month. So Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, And a planet that we're going to connect to in the workshop is an archetype that can listen to all of your stories without judgment, okay? But again, it still demands that you're making those changes at the end of the day. So the entire season will promote self-responsibility, self-awareness of what you can contribute to the collective beyond recycling this baggage, beyond recycling our own garbage, our own trash. So we are asked, what do we recycle back into the collective? With our thoughts, with our actions, with our emotions, with our words, all of these things. It won't be an easy month, but it will be a very rewarding month. So it really depends on where Sagittarius is ruling in your chart. It's going to indicate specifically where Sagittarius has, will really manifest in your life. So you can discover, again, this house placement with the Sagittarius sunlight meditation, where we're drawing down the energy we need to optimize this 30-day transit. So what's really interesting about astrology is that we have something called the constellations. We also have it in astronomy. And the constellations, they are providing landmarks on the path of your life, right? They are not there to box you in, at least not with Zodiac hacks, but they're there to show you, to illuminate, right, with the light, the opportunities that are available. Some of these opportunities, they challenge the very essence of our ego's defined comfort zone. And in spite of the ego's rejection of growth or for growth, Sagittarius is a sign that really pushes us out of our animal nature, that really pushes us into foreign places so that we can grow, so that we can expand our horizons and move into nicer, more beautiful realities. And that's what's really amazing that we'll see here with the Sagittarius energy. And it's also a constellation, a sign, if you will, for truth. So we'll be getting lots of signs as we're traveling down our roads and lots of guidance as well. So when we're talking about truth, for example, when we set ourselves, or we go outside of our comfort zones, right? So this is not about being in a happily ever after. Many times we think, okay, I'm going to move into a better reality and then I don't have to do anything else because I'm in a happily ever after. And then we get sucked right in and something happens and it comes out of the blue and we don't even know what we're doing. So we don't want to do that. We want to constantly push ourselves outside of our comfort zones, because things are always better outside of our comfort zones, even if our ego tells us otherwise. So this is about doing things the way that we're doing, being fixated on things being a certain way. This could be like OCD or things like that. When we are doing this, we are learning about ourselves, which is amazing because we are amazing people. And this is because we are able to open our hearts, open our minds to worlds that we didn't even know existed. So when we put up a fight of resistance to the guidance and the angels that are paving the way for us, we spit in the universe's face. But when we adopt the Sagittarian support by accepting the challenges, we find that we attract helpful friends and people that like us, people that want to be around us, also people that we want to be around, okay? This is amazing. Now, most of the time, our ego or the ego collective is swimming against the stream. It's swimming upstream against the universal flow, which will only exhaust and detract or distract everyone from the way things are going right now, all right? So this year we need to really look into what thoughts are opposing our desire for growth. So what thoughts are we having that are going against our growth? The way that we want to grow and things like that. We do not need to indulge in them or be fascinated by them or be distracted by them, but all we need to do is pray to God and just pray them away. This is an energy that we can use specifically throughout the energy of Sagittarius, where we can pray things away. Because remember, in Sagittarius and Scorpio, we were given this energy to accomplish a lot of things, right? And we had this energy almost of lack, right? But with Sagittarius, we're being fulfilled. And we're seeing that as we are doing things from a place of generosity, we're being given the energy of prayer, the energy of love to be successful in what it is that we're doing. Because the Sagittarius season, I talk about this. I actually wrote a whole chapter about Sagittarius in my book, Zodiac Hacks. You can definitely check it out. It's an amazing chapter there on illuminating so many things about Sagittarius, how to talk to a Sagittarius, how to, hack the season, all these things. It's amazing. And what we need to know is that during Sagittarius season, we are examining this misalignment between our face and our heart. Right? Our face and our heart. A happy heart will have a happy face. And the face will always display what's going on within the heart, no matter how much we try to hide it with all kinds of makeup and all kinds of things and everything that's available there, all the masks that we wear. The heart will always shine through the face. Now, the face will display the truth within a person. That's why also, if you know how to do face reading, which is something I know how to do, you will see that when you are transforming the stars, you actually change your face. And when you're not transcending the stars, your face also changes. So you can see the different lines on the face, and also in the palms of the hand, they can change as you are changing. And this is so amazing, because this is also a secret here to youth, or to attractiveness, or if someone is ugly, or somebody who's not feeling so well, or someone who's scared, or someone who's dishonest. That's also animals, especially dogs. They can see how someone is by looking at the micro movements within the face. So the face will always display the truth of who someone is within them. Even, it doesn't matter if they're like fillers or whatever, or masks, or you can try to hide all kinds of things. You can still see the state of a heart, which is ruled by Jupiter, on the face of a person. So the heart can stay hidden and unexpressed, but the face is readable, and it can say volumes about a person's state of being. Really, it can. So the Sagittarius influence this year is really forcing us to move forward, where we would rather stand still and stay in that comfort zone. So when we realize that we live for the growth and the transformation of life, we will begin to change. So using the wisdom of the stars, of astrology, and using the zodiac hacks, they help us to use these forces so that we can connect to bliss, so that we can connect to abundance, so that we can connect to happiness, so that we can connect to art and be the artist of our life. And actually, because it's beginning on 11/22, right? So I just want to see here. I want to calculate it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's see. I'm just doing this on the spot now. Okay, so it's actually, yeah, that's right. So it's coming out, the card here is coming out, the path is coming out to an 11. So this is energy of justice, which is the energy of really balancing out a lot of fate. This is really amazing. So think about it. No matter how much you fell, no matter how much you messed up, no matter how much you didn't accomplish during the month, the season of Scorpio, Sagittarius is going to pick each and every one of us back up and help us to move on. Okay? No more guilt. That's it. So the cosmic pixel ruling over Sagittarius, I mentioned this, is temperance. We also have the energy of justice here. This is helping us to overcome guilt and to accept, okay, oh my gosh, this is what I need to work with, and to recover from when we have hurt ourselves or hurt, God forbid, somebody else. So the challenge is to become dependent or addicted to this archetypal energy that gives us the redemption, that says, you know what, I know you did that, and I give you an excuse, and that's okay. You can keep going. Like, you're being redeemed. But that's like taking advantage of the energy, of the merciful energy. We don't want to do that. I know that for myself, and also for, Aurelia. It's like many times people take advantage of good-natured people. This happens, to many of us, many times. God forbid we're doing it to somebody else. You don't want to take advantage of someone's good nature, because that's just that's just taking advantage of all kinds of things, and it's not good for your karma. So this is the same way. There's a lot of redeeming energy available. We don't want to take advantage of it. I will go into this deeper within the workshop, because like, you know, there definitely needs to be a like a paywall with that, because in order to really understand this, you have to contribute something to really going deeper with this. So anyhow, during Sagittarius, things seem very light and fun, but we need to be mindful of keeping up our spiritual work. So don't let so it's like any time in our life where we're thinking of, oh, well, it's not that bad, okay? So, right, it's not that bad. These situations, we know these situations, oh, it's not that bad, okay? That's different than a work in progress, right? This is like where we say, oh, it's not that bad. These are just situations that we let slide by us. But the thing is, we need to work on them, because these situations where they are not that bad, they have so many blessings inside of them that we have yet to receive, and we need to activate them. So we can avoid being pushed into confrontation by being proactive with our boundaries and our lives, and saying, okay, so where am I like selling myself short? Where do I think it's not that bad, but it really is? Or I need to get some light from a situation that I think is not that bad, but really it's like it needs a lot of work. When we can really escape from our business as usual mentality, our business as usual reality, we will activate blessings and growth in ways unimaginable. And I promise you, it's unimaginable. There is so much light. There are so many miracles that are coming from this energy of Sagittarius. It's the whole build up to Christmas, which is the holiday of miracles, or Hanukkah, which is also the holidays of miracles. We have so much light energy everywhere. Everybody's hearts are opening, especially after last year. We didn't really get to connect together. And more we can now. Things are getting better. It's really amazing. So we want to become artists of our life and paint our life with brilliant colors. And the only way that we can become an artist of our lives is by seeing only the good, even when it's bad. We are asked to really see the good. And that's what's so amazing here, is that even if there's like so many bad things going on, if you only see the bad, chances are 100%, okay, you don't have the bigger picture, because the bigger picture shows you like 90% good and like 10% bad. Okay, so if you only see that 10% and it's bad and that's your 100%, you're totally, you don't see anything, right? And how can you paint anything? How can you be an artist of life if you only see the bad? So when it's bad, it's because that's what you're seeing. So we need to become the artists of our life by seeing only the good, even when it's bad, because this is how things can truly be okay, by reinventing ourselves, reinventing the bad into good, and not recreating the negative patterns over and over and over and over again. And the Zodiac hack, again, where Sagittarius is ruling in your chart, is going to be a place where this is happening. And this can be in your relocated chart, your progress chart, also in your solar return chart as well. Okay, so we just released a lot of negative patterns in Scorpio. We don't want to repeat them with that energy of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius wants things to grow, good or bad. So it's time, we want to release those patterns and then refill that empty space within us with positive habits. Jupiter, that ruler of Sagittarius, wants only win-win situations, which is what's available to each and every one of us during this year. And it even says here in an excerpt from my book, let me see. It says, this is an adrenaline-packed month of light and miracles. People may be a bit careless and carefree, which is great, but it can have its obvious downsides. We all need to be a bit diplomatic when it comes to crowded spaces and shopping malls during the holiday season. So that's from Zodiac Hacks. And now, so that's, there's more in there. There's a whole chapter, like I said, there's a whole chapter to Sagittarius. All right, so now let's have a look at how Sagittarius season 2021 is going to influence each of the 12 signs. All right, so let's start with this energy. Let's start with Sagittarius, because this is your season. So this is really what it's all about. I'm going to do, okay, so you have Sagittarius, you have the Five of Pentacles. All right. So, wow. So first of all, it's your birthday month, so you're having your solar return. It's a very good idea to probably get your, not probably, most certainly, you want to have your solar return chart reading. Just kind of see what's going on, coming up ahead. It's definitely your birthday month. So be sure, obviously, to give thanks to your parents. You will want to really see what's coming up in this year ahead. What's the area that's highlighted for you? So this is only for you, Sagittarius. So anyhow, with this card, now is the time to really focus on your development and integrating into society as your new self. You've been going through a lot, and now it's time to really get into your new self. The new moon eclipse that is happening on December 4th will have you on edge. So really meditate and focus on your self-values. Disappointments can be healed throughout this whole season as you are learning your lessons. You're not outcasted, okay? As you remember that you have an affinity with the divine. If you do anything, and I mean anything, from a place of lack, it will only bring chaos into your life. And this really includes anything, even if it seems really good. Also, I want to mention, if any of you have, you can also listen to the horoscope for your rising sign or your moon sign as well. So anyhow, just you want to do things from a place of fulfillment because it's going to make you feel better and it won't be so chaotic. Capricorn, you have the Eight of Swords. So you're a little bit blind this Sagittarius season. You have to rely on your intuition. But that means that you really need to look within to see what you're missing. So you want to watch out for FOMO and remember that every effect began with a cause. And it's on that level where you really need to manifest a solution at the effect level, at the causal level, not on the effect level. If you're working too much with the material, too much with the illusions, you're not going to get the solution. So you really want to open your spiritual eyes to the payoff that comes from your spiritual work. You may feel isolated, you might feel a little bit lonely, but it's paramount that you find the gap between these thoughts so that you aren't feeling like you're alone. It's okay to be a hermit so that you can trust yourself, but know that you're not alone. And this is how you're going to bring a lot of light into your life. And then we have, Aquarius. So you have Aquarius, the King of Cups. You have the King of Cups for this Sagittarius season. And this is a month really of contemplation as you're beginning to see how dissatisfied you are, that you are with just material success. You really see how it has left you empty and how you're looking for more, a stronger, a wider connection to something bigger. Family is becoming very important to you during this season, and it's really important to meditate on contractual relationships like marriage. Your mind is blending with another at this moment right now, so there could be a lot of harmonious flow. Sagittarius season now is a really good time for love and miracles that you really must tap into and exercise. Love, family, and friendships are highlighted as help that will come to you through these people, okay? So business will prosper as you reduce the sort of material myopia. And Pisces, you have the Five of Wands. So Neptune, your ruler, okay, it's going to turn direct on December 1st, and it's going to give you some clarity about the love in your life. So you're asking yourself, what's worth fighting for now? It's time to take your inner child and raise him or her up to really establish new attitudes within your love relationships. It's a time that asks you to adjust to others and to find the creative process. It's really a time that you can easily get lost in the Sagittarian energy of distraction, which could result in problems with others. Actions made with bravery and consciousness will be very fortunate. So that's how you want to approach it. Be honest with your dealings, and money is going to improve throughout this season. Okay, in Aries, you have the 8 of Coins. So this is all about, well, interesting, because on December 13th, your planetary ruler Mars is going to enter into Sagittarius. So there is a lot of fire being poured into your life for work, paying attention to detail. It's almost like a new you could really emerge with all this fire energy coming in, and you're learning some new skills, which is really cool. So some kind of training, some kind of learning these new skills, it's going to be really good. So this is a really good time for concentration and self-focus on your craft. So you want to improve your talents. This is so important. Like this guy, he's improving his talents. So that's what you want to do. And do not let your hurt feelings control you. So important. Be very clear so that you can be strong and become really a powerful master in your craft. Sagittarius, you have the 2 of Swords. So this Sagittarius season is really asking you to be balanced, tap into your intuition, and to cooperate with others. This season will ask a little bit more of you, but it will bestow great results as you are fulfilling and writing the universe's song. So you will need a bit more self-control to see things as they really are, and this will be very good for money. As you feel and sense the needs of others, you can work as a sort of mediator between people. Settlements and making peace is your job this month. So again, November 22nd to December 21st. Do not forget to get guidance if you are unsure about the direction things are going. If you need guidance for others or for yourself, don't forget that you need to get some guidance. Be very mindful of the people that you're dealing with as well. Gemini, you have the 5 of Cups. So your sign is going to actually also host the full moon on December 18th. This Sagittarius season will be filled with longtime friends who have been with you since day one, or even like past life friends, very connected, even inherited friends, stuff like that. Although they may not live up to your expectations, it's really important that you remember not to worry over any losses that will happen during this time. It's a really good time to release and to see what you still have, especially because you have the full moon there. Remember that when you lose, do not lose the lesson. Okay? When you lose, do not lose the lesson. You are 6 months away from your birthday, and you're 6 months coming from and going to. So generally it's a good time to get a chart reading and an update to see how the planets have moved since then. Good. So Cancer. Cancer, you have the 8 of Wands, so this is definitely a month of expansion and growth. You may be a bit hasty with the messages you're receiving, so be on the lookout, as you just might miss the miracle if you're moving too fast. You will be rewarded to the exact amount of effort that you put in, all right? So you put in the effort, and it's going to come back to you. Things are a little bit stirred up now, and you're very hopeful and surrounded by light. Again, don't miss the miracle, because it can come through anyone or anything. These miracles will advance your goals. In romance, love is in the air. Just be mindful of fighting for no reason. Do not get jealous. Find the resolution in who you are and not in who you are not. If you can travel, do it. Leo, so you're all focused on work, but there is also a lot of creativity coming your way. So there's writer's block or creative blocks is being dissolved. You're getting very inspired. So that's your kind of holiday, festive spirit flair. Think about 2022. Conditions are changing, which means doors will open. Doors perhaps that were closed before, they're going to open up again. Money is looking good if you allow these changes to happen. Maybe, Leo, you're fixed. Sometimes it can be very difficult for you to make changes, but it's like if you allow these changes to happen, if you open yourself up, then it's like things can be very, very good. So be alert, be mindful. If you allow the imaginary worries to block that Sagittarian light of abundance and miracles, you will lose out on promotions and help from others. So your status could be upgraded if you really allow these changes. And if you don't, I wouldn't suggest it, okay? I would not suggest it. I really would not suggest it, okay? Otherwise, really take care of your immune system and make sure that you are staying healthy and hydrated. Okay, Virgo, you have the 5 of Swords. So this is, okay, interesting. So this chart is about friends and connections. This is all highlighted this season. Be careful of speculation under the Sagittarian season. There is travel in the air for you if you can manage it. Also very important that you're choosing your words wisely, avoiding commenting on speculative situations. Nobody knows the future, of course. Do not play those games at all. Just don't. You have the power to walk away from lose-lose situations, and you need to. At the same time, it's important to stand up for yourself where you see necessary and to walk your talk. And I promise you, as you are walking your talk, others will follow because you will definitely inspire them. Don't get into any kind of gossip or anything like that. Libra, you are faced with situations that you've been unable to understand recently. This is driving you a little bit crazy now. So you might feel a little bit shy throughout the Sagittarius season, but it's time for you to contemplate and to really find yourself. Healing by water would be very beneficial for you. It's time for you to regenerate so that you can let those hurts and those pains go. You will then be able to tap into success and to tap into this energy of moving on, like this 8 of Cup energy, and celebrating your new path. As you are accomplishing this with your goals, you will really want to share that happiness with others. So this is a great Sagittarian energy that wants others to be successful too. And Libra, that's important for you. You know, you love to share the happiness and the wealth with others. So this is a good month for you to do that. And finally, Scorpio, you have the 2 of Wands, and there's some interesting things going on in the chart as well. Think about, so maybe your dreams have been coming true, or they will be coming true throughout Sagittarius season. Very important that you're organized and that you're presenting yourself as you are. There could be some competition or unexpected situations if you just try to wing it. Law and justice are some themes under this season that are highlighted, as your emotional nature is going to be tested. So if you think you have all the answers, then clearly you're blocked and you need to reach out for some assistance. Your motivations will become evident in the results that you see, which is going to give you inspiration and celebration, or subject things to atone for. Either way, a lot of opportunities are arriving under the cycle. And with that, that's all the signs. So hold on. Awesome, you guys. So that's, that's a pretty general overview for all the 12 signs. If you do need help during the Sagittarius season, you definitely want to participate in that workshop, because the Sagittarius archetype brings miracles and growth by means of really testing us where we are on our path. And sometimes we get a little bit too distracted from what we need to be working on, and we miss the signs and we miss the magic altogether. So all the 12 signs from Sagittarius to Scorpio, all you guys, you can tap into this energy by doing the sunlight transmission, Sagittarius transmission. You can tap into these archetypes and draw them into your life for the month and the rest of the astrological year. And this only comes around once a year. So it's really important, because throughout the whole season of Sagittarius, all the light, the ions, the atoms, the cosmic pixels are really influenced by this energy. Everything's being filtered through this energy. So you definitely wanted to tap into that as well. And beautiful. So I wish you all a wonderful season. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you just want to tell me how it's going for you, I would love to hear that. And please share this with anyone in your reality that you think needs it. And thank you guys so much for being the one who makes a difference by using Dash Astrology. Please like, likes, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful time. Bye.